Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this fine Valentine's Day? Let's see who we got in this house. We've got Melinda Dobson, uh, Gillum Farms, Hiking with Jackie Boy, Canadian Family Life, got DJ Adventures and Beyond, Heather Landsgren, good evening, and Evelyn Newman. We got so tonight is, again, as always, a open mic, and the link is at the top of the chat for anybody who'd like to come in and discuss their week. And let's trade paints in here. Usually not far behind Let's Trade Paint is Rebel at Heart. Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank is in here. And MT Homestead. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. MT Homestead, Mike and Terry. Thank you for bringing everybody with you. Well, I don't have a whole lot to announce this week because I've been very sick all week long. Ever since last week's Wednesday when I started coughing about an hour before the show started. And after that, it just was downhill. I finally started feeling better a little bit yesterday. And today I finally ate some solid food. Nothing tastes normal. Not even my lemon water. And everybody who knows that I love pepper jack cheese, I had some of that in the height of it. Oh my gosh. If you ever want to know what a used toilet bowl wax ring tastes like, that's pepper jack cheese when you're really sick. Our Cabin in the Woods, Tony is in here in R&W Farmstead. Thank you for coming in. Southwest Living. Anybody want to come in? There's Sherman Family Farm. Let's see. Yeah, somebody really needs to come in tonight because I don't have a week to tell you guys about. So I need somebody else's week to come in here and be told. There's Tish. Peaceful Des is in the green room. And so is... Oh, do I not have any sound? You not have sound. Have you been hearing me okay?
Yeah, I've been hearing you fine.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
Yeah, good. No, I was just pulling up something real quick. I'm doing good.
Better.
Yeah, I'm getting over the 2020 bug.
Oh, I just saw wooden things and stuff. If you want to pop in just to chat for a while and in the actual panel, that would be cool tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to also explain. Oh wow, they're getting donations already. There's a fundraiser. Simon from Yes I Can Barbecue. He wanted to do a fundraiser for me because my wheelchair that I have,
Yeah.
Dandy Dandy beautiful wheelchair, it's got no feet pedals and no. I have to have my legs elevated, and so it doesn't offer that on there, and it's got no pedal for the arms, and my
Yeah.
insurance will not pay it. My Medicare will not pay it, and I can't afford it on my disability income. So he asked me if he could do a fundraiser. So they're taking donations and stuff, and the fundraisers Tuesday, March 5th, 8:30 p.m. Central Time on his channel.
Everybody go check that out.
And so far, he posted and said, items donated by Bone Valley, one handmade knife, leather knife sheath that will go to auction off towards proceeds for my wheelchair. So I thought that was really sweet of him. He's also has a wheelchair. He uses a wheelchair as well. So for him to do that was really, really kind of him. So I just want to put it out there. So I'm trying to catch my breath. It's just so hard. The channel's called Yes I Can Barbecue, BBQ, and it's got like the Texas flag with a wheelchair, and it says barbecue underneath it, and it's got 2 cooking instruments crossed over behind it. It's red, white, and blue, and light blue. That's his emblem.
Sweet.
So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that they're taking donations and they're doing auctions and trying to raise money for it. But other than that, what's been going on since you've been sick? Anything exciting up there in New York?
Since I've been sick, I haven't. My week was a total bore. There's absolutely nothing to talk about other than the fact that I was sick.
Well, my life is usually a bore when I'm not sick, and so I'm like trying to stay away from behind the wheel. Oh, on top of that, I'm trying to quit smoking. So after 49 years, I've been like, I was smoking like almost a whole carton a week, and then when I moved down here, I was smoking about 3 to 4 packs a week, and then today I've only had 4 smokes. So I'm trying to quit to like 0 smokes.
Yeah, well, the only one who can do it is yourself. I mean, you could. I know anytime anybody has something that they need to take care of like that, no matter how much anybody else tells them they have to quit.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to. I mean, I know I can, Tony. It's just I've got my sunflower seeds. I've got your lives to go to watch, because if I'm busy watching your lives or doing my own lives or up on a live, then I don't have the knack to go outside and have a smoke. So you guys are the ones that keep me sane from going outside to have a smoke. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, let me get caught up with the chat here. We've got Cindy Squirrel off grid and Leanne Gunther. Who else was I just saw somebody else. Our Cabin in the Woods came in here, and R&W Farmstead. Oh, they were here. They've been here. There's my Andale. She's all in her jammies.
She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I'd ask her to come up every single week if I could.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to see her again come April with Betsy Lisa go back, Jerry and Terry and Gary and Susan. Sorry, Gary and Susan. No, Gary and Tammy and Susan and Jerry. Oh my Lord, have mercy on my soul. Head's in a cloud. It's not working. Uh-oh. Don't make Brian laugh, y'all. That's the worst thing to have when you're sick and trying to cough is a laugh, because it'll kill you. But I'm hoping we'll all get together again, and Felicia and Danny Days, and we all meet up at the hotel again for the weekend, because that was so much fun. My daughter, who doesn't like to be behind the camera or meet anybody, had a great time. Brian, are you sure you can handle this live?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I have not missed one live since I started.
You're cold.
I'm not missing now. Let's see. We've got Ranny Ridge is in here. Thank you for popping in.
Hey, Ranny. Hey, Scott.
Anybody who would like to pop up in the chat is more than welcome.
Hi, Heather. Yeah, somebody else come up that's not with a cold, so I can jump down and don't make him laugh and make me laugh and cough. You don't need 2 of us.
Yeah, Mike from Wooden Things and Stuff. I'm getting closer to wanting to. In fact, I was thinking about getting my drill press, although I already know which one that's going to be. And then I went and got sick. So that kind of stunted that motion. Here we got Johnny in here. Gillum Farms, my buddy.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Gonna make
Doing well.
Awesome. I just wanted to mention about my events, and I think you'd be better off hanging out with Brian than me because if I make him start coughing, I'm gonna start coughing. And it's not fun. Two of us up here coughing.
Well,
So,
all right.
Brian, make sure you get plenty of tea and honey, and I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I
Thank
did.
you. Thank you for coming in. Peace.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. Bye, Johnny.
Bye now.
So, calving season.
Calvin season?
Calving season.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's calving season. We had one this morning. Guess what the name of that one is this morning, guys? You have a calf on Valentine's Day. What do you name it?
Oh, cabin. I heard cabin season.
Calving. We have to get him some honey and something to drink. Honey and whiskey and something.
It was doing
Val.
fine earlier.
You could use Val, Josh. You could sure use Val on it for sure. Yes, Evelyn, you got it. So, yep, calving season. So, not caving season. So, and we should have another one tomorrow. We should have another calf tomorrow. So, they're coming.
That's cool. So, what
Honey
else?
moonshine.
I would like to add something to something. I can't think of anything because my week has been boring. And I'm not going to say that again. I already said it 3 times.
Your week has been boring.
Oh yeah, I've been nothing but sick.
We were talking about the hotels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I went to the Holiday Inn Express on the way out, and honey bourbon and lemon, that's good. So I went to the Holiday Inn Express and I asked them if they had any kitchenette suites, and they had none. But they did. What they have is a microwave, refrigerator, and a coffee pot in there. They have 3 or 4 different types of rooms, and I actually videoed 3 of them while I was there.
Yeah.
I videoed the entire lobby area and all that stuff, which they have a very nice continental breakfast that they do. It's not just the muffins and fruit deal. It's the whole enchilada. So, yeah, he does need honey with hot tea for sure. So,
Blocking that good enough.
I'm gonna get up here as tall as you.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's nice that that'll be fine. I mean, to have those amenities will be plenty. I don't even necessarily need that either, but it's nice.
Yeah, we got also. I checked on the prices and stuff at that time, which I'll get with you on that. So I did not check at the other one. They told me that the one that's called True, TRU, that's out near the casino, not in the casino, it's out near it, is actually kind of like the Holiday. It's through the same company, but it's got everything is a little bit smaller. Let's just put it that way. The rooms are a little smaller than the ones in the other one. So anyway, so I did get that done today. Now I've got to go out and check on a cabin for, I believe it's Evelyn. She wants me to check out cabin number 3 down at Elk Creek. So I'm going to have to go check on that and see what kind of a baking type scenario they have. Hey, Tamara, David. So, Brian, he's having a rough time tonight. Rough time. Yeah.
I'm getting better though. I'm getting better.
If that's better, I'd hate to see what it was like when it was worse.
You know what? If it was going to start, it started at the best time. Started last week, just before my live, where it was kind of mild and just the coughing. But man, that morning when I woke up, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It wasn't fun, and it's ending now.
Well,
I'm gonna
good.
try to get some work done tomorrow, but my parents are gonna. I work in my parents' house, so they're gonna have to just stay upstairs if they want me to get stuff done downstairs. Actually, they had the same. I think they had the same thing. For about 3 weeks before I got it, I'd been fighting something. I'd been coughing for like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden, I was fighting it, and it got me. I couldn't get away from it. So we got Mike down here, wooden things and stuff. And I'm going to bring him up so we can talk to him and see how he's been doing. Hey there, how you doing?
I'm okay. How's everybody over on your side? You're not well.
No, I don't get sick very often at all. Probably once every 3 or 4 years. Now, that doesn't mean I don't catch something and fight it off. I can tell when I'm fighting something off, but I usually just fight it off and continue. And it doesn't really affect me all that much.
Usually, if I do end up getting sick, I can just like kill it off with whiskey and sleep over like a day and a half, and then and then I'm back at it. It's fine, but I don't get sick very often, and when I get sick, I bounce back pretty quick.
Tony, no, I didn't, because I've got another cat. I got another heifer that I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat out here. I've got another heifer that was actually kind of contracting today, so I stayed with the cattle today. So no, I didn't get any done. I felt bad about it too.
It's really interesting. I just watched a 3-hour-long video yesterday.
Andrew Camarada.
Video yesterday about a guy who refurbished, or after a Porsche had crashed. It was a brand new Porsche too, and I just couldn't believe that I was interested. He did that video so well that I just watched the whole thing straight through. And that's not me. 3 hours, that's a long time to invest into a video.
That is a long time.
But it was good. It was really, really good. And they fixed it up, and they took it to the major dealer of Porsche and had it inspected, and gave them a really good review on it, or review or inspection on it.
Wow.
Cool.
That's
I know. It's just a little story I wanted to tell, because
it
goes to show you how you don't even have to. I'm not really that interested in auto mechanics, although I have rebuilt a truck before from bottom up and had it painted and all that stuff. But that was very well done. It's just an odd tidbit that I sent out.
How did you find the video?
This whole week I haven't even been able to get myself to watch anything because my attention span was so low. I didn't go in anybody's lives. I didn't do any of that stuff. But yesterday I started perking out of it, and I just started looking up stuff about making things, and that video came up, and I was like, I want to see at least what it's about. And the next thing I looked at it after 45 minutes, 3 hours long. I was like, oh, I guess I have to watch it because it was so good.
If you're 45 minutes in, and that's before you realize that you're 45 minutes in, then it's a pretty good video, and you should probably.
Then you're invested. You can't give it up after that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the reason why I brought it up, which is stupid that I didn't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you interested in Porsches at all, Johnny?
No.
I was just wondering, because if you I mean, if there was ever a video that would be interesting, because you said you like to watch long videos
I
of
do.
detailed
I
stuff.
do. If
That
you'll, if
very well done. And if you're
Well-
interested in watching it
well,
all,
I'll tell you what. If you'll somehow, if I can get it, if you'll shoot it to me, you can send it to me in some kind of in Messenger or whatever. I will watch it
okay.
because I have been known to watch a 3-hour movie or video or two, and it
Oh.
doesn't bother me in the least.
Because it was a complete story.
Well, that's good.
So let's skip over to Mike and
Well.
ask him, because I missed everybody's stuff this week. So you're just gonna have to fill me in on
He was
whatever.
watching some person he didn't know's 3-hour deal, so he missed all that. Go
Yesterday.
ahead, Brian.
Yesterday. That was the first time I started watching anything. I wanted to watch something good. No.
I bet you hadn't watched my the one about where I the center carrier bearing on my truck, did you?
Not that one. The last one I watched was what was you doing? Something with cows. You were doing
I'm sure it had something to do with cows, probably. But if you like things being taken apart and put back together, that's the one.
I knew I want to watch that one. I don't even know. Hey, I'm sorry. I watched that one the other night, and it was probably the only video I've watched all week long.
It's okay, Brian.
Yeah,
Back to Mike again.
people show up to my show and like apologize for like missing last week or whatever. As a, but like there is a lot more important things to do in this world sometimes than like watch some Yahoo on YouTube mess around in his shop. Like, don't apologize for not showing up to my live show because it's just nonsense anyway. But,
I did show up to your live show.
did you? Oh, okay. Whoops.
I wasn't there for 3 hours or anything, but I was there for a little while.
Were you there when I was actually doing work? I'm working on.
No, you're still sitting.
Speaking of refurbishing stuff, it's not a Porsche, but I am rehandling.
I am interested in that. I haven't.
I left this hatchet in my yard over the winter because I clearly don't take care of my things. And it got all rotted out and the head broke off and got all rusty and stuff. So I'm like rehandling and refurbishing the hatchet right now. And then while I was playing with my spoke shave, doing that, I got my guitar neck out and I was shaping the back of my guitar neck. So it's like almost a guitar neck now, which is cool.
Very nice.
So it's one step closer, and yeah, getting a little bit of work done anyway.
Very, very nice.
That's awesome.
Have you ever made a bow?
I have not made a bow. There is a bow somewhere on the list the list that doesn't actually exist, like the hypothetical list of projects that I would like to accomplish one day. A bow is absolutely on.
Yeah. That was my thing. If you're talking about making things from wood, I've made a lot of bows. So
yeah, that's cool. I go through these phases. Speaking of watching random videos that you don't really know why you're watching them, I went through a phase last year probably or something. It was like just people shooting bows and either in their yards or in the woods or talking about different bow properties and reviewing cheap ones from Amazon and all that. I just went into this random like bow phase for like 2 weeks of just watching talk about bows. And it got me thinking, you know what, I could probably pull that off and make one of those.
yeah. So Wanda Henry's wanting to know who you are.
Who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not,
So what's your channel?
my channel is called Wooden Things and Stuff. It's I think because I named it Wooden Things and Stuff because it wanted me to put first name, last name. And so my first name is Wooden and my last name is Things and Stuff. And it just kept going from there. So and I make things out of wood, and I do other stuff, so it works.
Yeah, he does some amazing work. You guys have to go check it out.
Christine, you might want to change that one thing, Blackwood. So my wife just subbed to you.
Give a little bit of a rundown of the couple. Give like 5 things that you've made that you're proud of, Mike, and
Me?
people get an idea of what types of things that you make on your channel.
Well, I'm working on, this is my second electric guitar that I'm working on right now. So I've made one electric guitar that I was pretty happy with. I do a fair bit of, I made this tool cabinet. I do a fair number of like sort of wall hanging cabinet type things. I do a fair bit of lathe work. I've done a lot of bowls. I turn pens and bottle stoppers and things sometimes on the live show. I backyard benches for around the fire pit all the way up through knife blocks, and I just whatever either something my house needs or something somebody wants to pay me to make, or something that I can sell down at the shop that I work at, or something that I've just never done before, like refurbishing a hatchet that I probably don't need. But just I play around with wood, and I make things out of it, and I make no bones. I don't pretend like I'm a teacher. I'm not teaching people how to do this. I'm just playing around in the shop and figuring it out as I go and bringing people along with me.
That's the way to do it, because there are going to be things that I make that I have absolutely no interest in actually using, but they're cool design. I love design. I love how things work. And if it's something that I find cool to do, I'm going to make it. Yeah. Just like the cornhole board. I have absolutely no interest in playing cornhole board. Absolutely none, but I loved making it.
Yeah.
We like cornhole.
Sometimes you gotta make stuff to be making stuff, to bring something into the world that didn't exist before. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to respond to Josh Sherman out here. Josh, do you have a suggestion on what type of rabbits that we need? Because he keeps asking the same question over and over. What type of rabbits are we getting? So if you do, let me know. You've got my digits, Josh. 48 raised beds.
Do you ever work on hardscaping, landscaping stuff, or are you more in the shop type stuff?
I have done a bit. I don't know if I've done anything on the channel, but I did build this sort of like trellis thing that went between raised gib beds in the backyard that I made for wife. That might have even been before I started YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes just like we need something for the yard. Like I've done raised beds, and I've trucked around blue chip to make paths and with like railroad tie type things and stuff like that. I don't think I do any of that on the channel, but I have done it. Yeah.
Hey, Melody and Ryan stopped in. Good evening,
Ryan.
I hope things are getting easier on you.
Are there many different kinds of rabbits? I've never even thought about there being different. I mean, obviously there are got to be different like species of rabbits or whatever, but like I never even would think like, oh, I should definitely get a specific kind.
Obviously there's different kinds. I'm sitting here looking at the chat, and apparently that's a thing, because we're going to get some rabbits, and everybody seems to be concerned about that for some reason. So I don't know what kind we're getting. We're getting ones with long ears and 4 feet. There they get.
Why would they be concerned about you getting rabbits?
I don't know.
What is meat rabbits, right?
Actually, yeah. I mean, of course, meat rabbits, but they the main reason we're getting them is because they have ready to use fertilizer right off the bat. So you don't have to compost the rabbit droppings. They just go straight into the garden. They won't burn everything up. So, that's the main reason why we're getting them. So anyway, okay. So yeah, but if you got a line on any rabbits, Josh, let me know.
Yeah, I don't know anything about rabbits. We had 3 rabbits when I was a kid. I remember having a rabbit when I was about 14 years old that I didn't even know was mine until somebody said it was mine. and then the neighbor kid came over to the yard and said, "Hey, my dog just caught this big ass rabbit. You want to go look at it?" I said, "Yeah, let's go look at it." Well, that's a big rabbit, all right.
Yeah, it's a big rabbit. We've had rabbits in the past, but it's like those white rabbits with the pink eyes, red eyes, or whatever. What are those, chat? What kind of rabbit are those?
Bunny rabbits. Those are just Easter bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
Well, we got Rebecca down here, and she's yarning on something.
She's yarning. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I used to raise rabbits.
You used to raise rabbits.
I used to raise rabbits. The white ones are called New Zealand's.
Okay.
That is considered, if you look up American Rabbit Breeder Association, you will find all the information you need, Johnny.
Okay.
They have grouping of 4 and 6. 6 rabbits are meat rabbits. They're bigger. They have bigger litters. It's depending on what you want the rabbits for.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to build my house.
I don't think that's possible. But I had breeds of rabbits I had was California. That's the ones with the dark ears, dark nose, dark feet. There's and white body.
Yeah.
New Zealand's come in more than just white. They can come in red. They can come in a thing that's called broken, but doesn't mean the rabbit's broken. It's their coat is broken.
Yeah.
And things like that. So it's kind of what you're wanting.
So my wife said she wants like a rabbit from the Monty Python movie, Search for the Holy Grail.
I don't know that movie.
You don't know it?
No.
Watch it. It is hilarious.
Yeah, that's a funny.
There's rabbits that can get really large that are called Flemish giants. Those rabbits you have to end up having on a wood floor in their cage because they are so heavy. They can get up to 25 pounds.
That's a lot of weight on your
That's
feet.
a lot of rabbit.
That is a lot of rabbit.
That's a Thanksgiving rabbit.
Yes, it is.
Thanksgiving rabbit.
They get big.
Easter meet Thanksgiving.
That's some.
I don't know if Oklahoma. Usually, there's here in Missouri. They have the state fair that you can go and talk to young people about rabbits, so you learn things.
They have a state fair where you talk to young people.
State fair, being able to talk to them, about the different rabbits and things like that. So,
Yeah, we have those here. We went to the one at Tulsa. It was pretty cool. But I really don't think about rabbits a whole lot. My wife thinks about rabbits a lot, but I don't. So what I'm thinking about is rabbit hutches. That's what I'm thinking about. So I'm going to do rabbit hutches, and then whatever rabbits come along after that, that's what we'll have.
okay.
So
Jerry Team Casino Australia is in here.
Oh.
Is there anybody else?
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
They came together. That's what I say.
Oh,
don't
she
know, but
thinks
I
about a
put-
greenhouse more than rabbits. Okay, yeah. I think my wife would be extremely happy if I wore a carpenter's belt like at least 8 hours a day or something like that.
Well, they figure if you can farm, if you can farm with cows and stuff, you can do that too.
Well, whenever she met me, I was framing houses. So
Oh,
So Johnny, you were saying what did the calf's name become? What about Valentine?
that's it.
That's it?
That's it. Yep. And if that other one would have came today and it had been a bull calf, it was going to be Valentino.
Valentino.
But yeah, we had a heifer. So yeah. And Mike, I was the bow thing. I was really serious about that because you can make them. One time I bought all the stuff to make a laminated bamboo back, laminated bow, but I never did make it. I mean, I've still got all the stuff. I just never did put it together. And the bows that I made are Osage. They're made out of bodark and called self bows. And I've made, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 of them.
Okay.
And a lot of them been used in the cornstalk shoots at the Cherokee National Holiday here in Tahlequah. And I've killed deer with mine, but several people have worn the cornstalk shoot with them, and they shoot well. I really like them. We had some really good bodark over here before they dozed it all out in this one area. And I was able to go in there and harvest a bunch of that before it went away. And the way I seasoned it was pond seasoned it, which means I put all the staves in the pond, sunk them, and left them there for a period of time until water replaced all the sap inside the wood. And then you pull it out, and water is much easier to dry than sap.
Right.
So it was pretty interesting process. People ask you why you put stuff in water to make it dry easier. Well, it's because it replaced the sap. But anyway, and my wife can't find her glasses again.
wouldn't you have to start with something that was already kind of bowed? I mean,
No.
so-
No.
You want when you draw the bowstring, you want it to flex, and then you want to have a wood that has a good modulus of elasticity, it's called, in terms of the wood property, that makes it spring back into its initial shape.
Yep.
so the
Yeah,
bow
the bow
fairly
shouldn't be
straight
bowed.
when it's relaxed anyway, right?
When it's
Without-
I
relaxed,
don't know nothing. I know nothing about
it should
bows.
be straight when it's relaxed.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, some of them will be reflex deflex, and they will actually spring the other way.
Right.
And but yeah, they're pretty interesting. I mean, and that's Mike, I was thinking, well, maybe he's made some bows or something like that, because that's always been interesting to me, and it's always been there. I've known a few bow makers, and and that's something for you too, Brian. That would be something that would be cool if you got into that.
That would involve
You
stress measurements and stuff, wouldn't it? I mean, wouldn't you have to know what you'd really have to know what you were doing to do that, right?
No, just screw it up a couple of times first.
yeah.
Yeah, make it out of plywood.
Well, you laminate it. I mean, what I would expect you guys to build would be something laminated, a laminate bow. She found her glasses. Great. All right. So, but me, my bows, they're not laminate. you know, they're just all boat art. You got to chase one grain though. I mean, you got to chase the grain in the bow. And then the tillering process can be, you know, you've not lived until you've worked on a bow for like, you know, 80 or 100 hours, and you start tillering it and you start sanding in a little spot. The next thing you know, you pull it down and you got a hinge in one of the limbs because you sanded it too much in one spot. So
See,
it's real easy to mess one up. Let's just put it that way.
you have to know what you're doing. In other words,
You need to know,
100
kinda.
hours sounds
But you know,
that
it's
doesn't.
just like to make an omelet. You got to break a few eggs, right?
Well, I was gonna say it's the same with making a guitar. Like I didn't know what I was doing when I made the guitar. It's a step by step, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Eventually you get there, and maybe you don't, but the next time you do, it's just
Yep.
I think it's kind of like when my dad started teaching me about how to work on cars. I messed up, you know.
Mhm.
Then he told me what I did wrong, and I learned from that. You know, and things like that. It's all about taking that chance to try to do something different.
Mhm.
Right.
You know.
Speaking of that, have you got a master cylinder yet?
Yes, I did. It's just a little bit cold outside right now.
Okay.
You know, so but yeah, I do. I have replaced brake master cylinders, and I do have it. And so, yeah, I'll get working on my car as soon as it warms up to at least 55.
Yeah, it was
It's been cold.
66 or 67 here today.
It wasn't here today.
Yeah, pretty nice.
You know?
I mean, we've actually got one of our pastures actually has enough grass for the cattle to. I don't even have to hay in it anymore. Crazy. Had 4 inches of snow two days ago.
Hey Johnny, did you get a chance to look at that one video I sent you on what is it called? Simulated drone footage.
I have not.
That would be something. Well,
That would be something you'd be interested in building.
There is no building. Build it.
Well, you got to put it together. You got to, I mean, how are you going to mount how are you going to mount anything on that? You just cram it on the end of it and fly around.
You have to, you just put a 3/4 or a 1/4 inch screw drive on the end of a stick, and it connects to any of your camera stuff.
Well, no, I have not watched it yet.
Well, that's fine. I just was reminding you of it in case you were interested, because you do
I am
have a lot
actually
of
interested in that.
you do have a lot of applications you could use that for.
I do. That would be really cool.
I mean, it is nice. I mean, you've got the drone, so you could actually do drone footage, but there is actually some of the things that I've seen them do simulated drone footage that might actually be easier to do it that way than with the actual drone.
Well, I have no doubt about it, especially if you're, trying not to scare something, because drones are notorious for scaring nothing but Jesus out of stuff. Watch the video, John. My wife says, watch the video. So I guess I'll be watching the video. I'll watch it tonight. Promise.
I'll watch it with you if you're still here.
I remember one time when I was watching some hot air balloons go over a patch of trees, and here these deer come running out.
Yeah.
All over the place. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Deer aren't a fan of my drone. I can tell you that. They're not a fan. They don't like
I
it.
bet not.
So,
Can you round them up with a drone?
you can sure scare them off with it if you want to.
Or like I said, just bring me with you. It'll walk up to me. I'll pet it.
Yeah, I bet. Him and his turkey pet and stuff.
That wasn't petting.
I don't I don't think I want to mess with the turkey.
That was, I don't know why I was thinking that was unexpected, but
So
it was funny at any rate. I mean, I've dealt with birds like that. We've had geese and ducks and all kinds of animals that'll attack you like that. So I know how to kick. I know how to kick, drop kick, and
you ever been flogged by old game hen? That they had those. They call them game hens down here, and they used to. And I don't even know if I can say this. In our country, it was big rooster fighting type country here, and so the hens those are game. They're called game birds, game chickens. And the hens are a smaller hen than most, hens that you see in the barnyard and stuff like that. They're a small hen, but they're not like a banny or anything. They're just kind of smaller proportioned, about the same height and everything. It's just they're more slender. They've got a lot more tail and stuff like that on them. But those things, whenever they have a litter of chicks or a hatch of chicks or a clutch of chicks or whatever you want to call them, they will get all over you. I mean, big time if you get around them. I mean, 50 yards from one of them and it's on you. So I learned a lot of respect for those chickens whenever I was a kid. I don't even know how we got to that story. I think it was because of your turkey.
a turkey hugging. My turkey hugging.
Yeah.
Yeah, turkey.
I need to go watch that video.
Hey, turkey.
It's like kind of like
Turkey.
on my live show. We'll be talking about just making stuff out of wood, and then all of a sudden we're talking about movies from a certain actor and what's my favorite movie that Natalie Portman is in, and we're off talking about this random other things, and it just goes however it's going. It's just let's just go. Wherever it goes, it's just got to be fine.
It'll be fine. Everything's fine. But anyway, well, tomorrow we got some things to do tomorrow. We got some things to do I don't really want to do, but we're going to go do them anyway. But then I got to go back out and check on we're going to, like I said, tomorrow we should have another calf. And these are heifers, so it's spooky whenever a heifer has a calf. You don't know if she's going to be able to have it. If she does have it, you don't know if she's going to leave it and run off. Or if she'll even have any milk, or there's just a lot of things. And we've got 4 of them that are going to have 4 heifers that are going to have calves pretty much in a row. One of them had one today, and everything's great with that one. We're all excited, but we'll see what the next one does. So,
how long does it take a cow to bring a calf to term?
It's about the same as a person. It's around 9 months.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a thing in there that shows like if they were bred on this day, what day they should be born. These were bred last May is whenever they were bred, and they're starting to have calves right now. So, and they will, like I said, they'll have them. I put the bull with the 4 heifers, and apparently he got 2 of them right off because they almost had them. That one, I can't believe she didn't have it today. I couldn't believe there weren't 2 today. John, we have cold weather in the mornings this weekend. Yep, I know.
283 days.
283 days. So There's some more trivia for you.
So
And rabbits are exactly 30 to 32 days.
30 to 32 days
Mhm.
and
from
then,
the time they, wow.
and
So
she
they can
can
have many litters a
Yes.
year.
That's
Many.
why they say producing
Quick like a bunny.
because and she can turn around and be impregnated almost immediately. Can't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's like pigs. 3 months, what is it? 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days is pig's gestation period. So a pig can have 3 litters a year. So, you know.
So what makes you so certain she's going to have it probably tomorrow? I mean, what are there signs that tell you?
Oh yeah. There's all kind of signs.
There's all kinds of signs.
I mean, whenever they start walking around with their tail partially out, they'll be what we call springing, which means they get big back there and under the tail area. The bag, all the milk drops in the bag, and their back, and she's actually, whenever she's laying around, she's actually, I can see her contracting. Like I said, I was super surprised she didn't have it, while I was there this evening. She probably had it an hour after I left. I'm just hoping that in the morning it's still all good, because we're like 30 miles from the cattle. Oh yeah, very dilated. That's what my wife said. Josh just subbed to me finally last night, everyone. Wow, Josh, you just subbed to Tony at our cabin in the woods. Awesome. You better check mine, Josh. You might not even be subbed to me, probably.
Oh no, awkward silence. Awkward silence.
Tony
trying
just subbed
to-
to me last night.
You want
My
you
mom
want me
said.
to fill silences? I will fill silences for you.
Tell us something. Tell us a story.
What do you want? Well,
On the spot right now. Story time.
let's talk about my favorite tool right now. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody else is familiar with a spoke shave. It's a handheld. It's like a hand plane, but it's just got a little mini bed, and you hold it on the sides. And generally, I like pulling, and it makes these awesome. He's like,
yeah, makes some good fire starter there.
really cute.
Yes, it
And
does.
like I said, I took the back of this guitar neck down to shape. Well, I sanded it a little bit after, and that's how I was shaping all the curves on after I bandsawed out the general shape with the bandsaw.
Yeah.
But I've just been like, I could just be out in my shop just playing with this thing, just making 2x4s into toothpicks. Like, that's how much fun this guy is to play
So
with.
you need some boat art to go along with that thing. I'm telling you, because that thing would be perfect for working on bows. I use a draw knife all the time. So
Yeah. Well, draw knife is generally like, it would be the stage before this in terms of carving things out on a shave horse or whatever. But like, that's my first time playing with one of those, was just the other day. I've got a video coming up about like unboxing it and trying it for the first time, and it's probably like my new favorite thing to use on wood. It's really, really fun.
it looked like a cool, that would probably, back whenever I was making bows, that would have been one of the things that I probably should have looked for. Because that would, fine tune what you're doing for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, really make it pretty.
You can dial it right down to take super, super fine shavings and really, really hone the edges, or you can like crank it deep like a jack plane and just really hog off material. It's cool.
Yep. So Brian, you got like 3 minutes left. You can talk about Old Man King, or
Could that thing be used to making spoons?
Not the inside of the bowl of the spoon, but in terms of like shaping the handle and things. Yeah, absolutely. Brian, by the way, since nobody's told you, you are muted right now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope I haven't been reversing that, coughing and then not talking. Yes, there is only 2 minutes left. I will say in 2 minutes that you're going to be going over to Old Man King Homestead. His name is Peter. And we don't have to leave yet. We still got 2 minutes. But that's what's coming up, okay? That's what's coming up.
Don't leave yet.
I'm gonna duck out because I was in the middle of trying to get the spoke shave video. I'm starting to edit, hoping to get it out by Saturday. So I'm gonna get back to that. But thank you again for having me, and hello to everybody. Hello everybody in the chat that I didn't get to say hi directly to. And
Mike,
All right.
before you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to get into cahoots with you. I was going to do it this week actually, and then got sick.
I don't cahoot.
And the last, I'm talking about, talk about stuff like wood lathes. And
Yeah,
stuff.
you said you figured out what drill press you want to buy.
Well, I know I want the Wen drill press.
I guess.
I think that's best for me and my situation because I don't think I'm going to be making big, huge projects where I need like a four standing drill press.
You just a little benchtop drill press like that. I've got the Mastercraft version, which is essentially an older Canadian version of what all of those little mini drill presses are, and it's just fine.
Yeah, it's the lathe. Although I saw somebody convert a grinder into a lathe. That was pretty interesting.
Just buy a lathe. I've seen people make lathes out of all kinds.
You are going to be so cringed out when you see how I make this countertop for the bathroom, which I would have had the video out by now if I hadn't gotten sick, because I would have finished it and then I would have had the video for it.
Hey, Belt Luke.
But thanks a lot for coming in,
Yeah.
Mike. Always a pleasure. You know that.
Yep. I'll see you again soon. I'll
Yes.
see you on Monday over on my show.
Okay, I will.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. And it is 11 o'clock. So thank you, everybody that came into the chat and the moderators. You always do a good job of protecting my channel. And thank you for everybody that came in on panel. It was a lot of fun.
Welcome.
And we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central.
Bye. Oh.